Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivanadari Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivanadari Sodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivanadari Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivanadari Yasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki, Anantakota Vaishnavanda ki jai, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai, ISKCON Founder-Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Prem Sikaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasudhi Gaur Bhaktivedanta ki jai, Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Samakun Radhakun Giri Govardhan ki jai, Shri Vrindavan Dham ki jai, Shri Maya Parnavidam ki jai, Ganga Maya ki jai, Jamuna Maya ki jai, Tulsi Devi ki jai, Bhakti Devi ki jai, Samaveda Bhaktivinoda ki jai, Transcendental Book Distribution ki jai, Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Go Premanandi, all glorious summer devotees, all glorious summer devotees, all glorious summer devotees, all glorious Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Hare Krishna. So we're going to have some discussion on book distribution this morning. And I was thinking a nice verse in this regard is from the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 30, text number 8. It's a very interesting verse here. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So this is Lord Vishnu speaking to some devotees whom he is very pleased with. He says, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Bharam Vinidham Bhadram Vo Yu Yang Me Nripa Nandana Sauhard Dhen Ar Pratag Dharmas Tusto Hum Sauradhenava. This is 4th Canto, Chapter 30, text number 8. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, My dear sons of the King, I am very much pleased by the friendly relationships among you. All of you are engaged in one occupation, devotional service. I am so pleased with your mutual friendship that I wish you all good fortune. Now you may ask a benediction of me. Purport. Since these sons of King Prajini were all united in Krishna consciousness, the Lord was very pleased with them. Now just see, Krishna was so pleased with the mutual friendship and the mutual cooperation with one another in serving him that he appeared. That's amazing, huh? So just by mutual cooperation and friendship, Krishna is so pleased that he appeared to these devotees. So we have this united mission throughout our society, actually, as book distribution. And Prabhupada said, if you want to please me, distribute books. And Krishna says, Yaidang paramang guyang madbhakte sabadhashyasi bhakti mayam param krita mami vaishyatya sangsara. That anyone who is distributing or giving this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, this very confidential knowledge, is very dear to me. Nacha tasma manusheshu kashyame prikritama. And there'll never be anyone more dear to me than that person. So this is like Krishna's soft spot. Yeah, you're familiar with this term, soft spot. Yeah, if you have a friend and there's something that your friend really likes, like curd samosas or something, and you give him a bunch of curd samosas, that's a soft spot. Yeah, you know your friendship is going to increase. So this is Krishna's soft spot. You know that your devotion for Krishna, your relationship with Krishna is going to increase if we do this very valuable activity of giving this knowledge out to others. Yeah, it's the main need in society. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to say, this is back in the early 1900s, that the only lack in society is Krishna consciousness. And that was when the Vedic lifestyle was still being lived in India. And he said that's the only lack in society. What to speak of now? Yeah. Throughout the world, this is the only lack in society is Krishna consciousness. So we're trying to fill this huge gap, which is empty, which is most important, is this knowledge of Krishna, knowledge of reality, who we are. Yeah. So it's so important that we distribute this knowledge. So here it's stated that Krishna, who is the father of everyone, he's pleased with his sons by this mutual cooperation. Yeah. So this is how to please Krishna, to cooperate with one another. Yeah. It's a great mission. We've inherited a great mission. Prabhupada inherited this mission from his spiritual master, and now we have inherited. So we want to carry on this great mission, and when it's gonna go on, someone else's, another group of devotees are going to inherit it. Now this is the second generation of devotees. First generation is still here, but they're getting older and older, and we're seeing every day Prabhupada disciples, they're leaving their body. So the second generation now, we're carrying this great mission on, and it's going to continue on for how long? 10,000 years. So, and Prabhupada said the only thing that can stop this movement is internal difficulties. And when Prabhupada was here, there were so many internal difficulties, and he said he was traveling around the world to keep, devotees encouraged. So, we want to continue on this mission and encourage the next generation to carry on this mission. So Prabhupada continues. He says, each and every one of the sons of Prabhupada was an individual soul, but they were united in offering transcendental service to the Lord. The unity of the individual souls attempting to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead or rendering service to the Lord is real unity. In the material world, such unity is not possible. Even though people may officially unite, they all have different interests. In the United Nations, for instance, all the nations have their particular national ambitions, and consequently, they cannot be united. And therefore, you could call it the disunited nations, because they all have their agenda. There's still so much strife, so much difficulty. Still there's wars. The purpose of this United Nations was after the World War II, they decided, all right, we have to try to come together, unite, try to stop wars. But still there's war. They can't unite because there's not a mission. There's not a united mission that they have. Whereas we, members of ISKCON, we have a united mission. Everybody, although there may be some differences of opinion in certain fields, but everybody is united in spreading Krishna consciousness, because everybody knows this is what pleases Prabhupada, this is what pleases Krishna. So this is something that we could all be united in. Prabhupada continues. Disunity between individual souls is so strong within this material world that even in a society of Krishna consciousness, members sometimes appear disunited due to their having different opinions and leaning toward material things. Actually, in Krishna consciousness, there cannot be two opinions. There is only one goal, to serve Krishna to one's best ability. If there is some disagreement over service, such disagreement is to be taken as spiritual. Those who are actually engaged in the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead cannot be disunited in any circumstance. This makes the Supreme Personality of Godhead very happy and willing to award all kinds of benedictions to his devotees, as indicated in this verse. We can see that the Lord is immediately prepared to award all benedictions to the sons of King Prachinibarhisad. So this is something to look forward to. We get the blessings. He appeared, Lord Vishnu appeared to bless them because he was so pleased with their devotional service attitude. So this is something to look forward to. If we're united in serving Krishna, not only in serving Krishna, but in serving Krishna in a way that is most pleasing to him, then we get benedictions. Yeah. We get benedictions. We get purified. We advance in Krishna consciousness, and we help others also. Yeah. A devotee doesn't like to see the suffering of others. Yeah. So he goes out of a way, and there's a statement in the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, tapyante lokatapena, sarvo prayasojana, that it's very, very common for devotees of the Lord to accept voluntary suffering, anxiety, for the benefit of the suffering of the people in general. And this is the highest method of worshiping the Lord. There's no higher method than this. Because Krishna, he also doesn't like to see people suffering. So he comes. Maya mugdha javari nahi svata Krishna gyan jivare kupoya kole Krishna Veda Puran. That the living entity cannot revive their Krishna consciousness on their own. Imagine if we didn't have the Bhagavad Gita. We didn't have the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. We didn't have the Chaitanya Charitamrita. We didn't have the association of Prabhupada. Hello. But we're trying to become Krishna conscious. We have no scripture whatsoever, but we're trying to be Krishna conscious. What hope, right? It'd be impossible. Yeah. So Krishna comes out of his kindness. Out of his kindness he comes, and he gives us these Vedic literatures that are guidebooks. They're actually instruction guides for the human form of life. Yeah. So this is Krishna's great mercy upon the conditioned souls of this world. Yeah. So if we also go out of our way to give this knowledge that Krishna has sent, that's given us, then how pleased he is. Yeah. He's the Father, right? And this is the family business. I think Vijaya Prabhu has written this nice book, Our Family Business. So what an appropriate name for a book about book distribution. Yeah. It is our family business. It's something that everyone within this ISKCON society appreciates. Yeah. So therefore, it's so important that we take this to heart. Yeah. Prabhupada says in one purport that the quickest way to get realization of Krishna is to go out and give this message to others. Anybody here want to get realization of Krishna? Yeah. Haribo! This is what we want. We've come here to become Krishna conscious, to get realization of Krishna. So Prabhupada says this is the quickest way. Prabhupada gives these nice hints on how to advance quickly in Krishna consciousness. Yes, this is a powerful hint. You want to advance very quickly in Krishna consciousness, get realization of Krishna? Go out. Yeah. Do the austerity. Nayan lokoste yagyasya kutonya kurusotama. Krishna says that if one does not perform sacrifice or austerity in this life, he can't be happy in this life, nor the next life. Yeah. So sacrifice helps us to become very healthy in Krishna consciousness. And it is a sacrifice. We have to go out and we meet people. It's an austerity. Why? Because we're going and we're meeting people. We're dealing with people. And they're all under the modes of nature. And we're also under the modes of nature. So therefore it's not easy. Yeah. Therefore, 95% of our ability to distribute books is in our own consciousness. And therefore, sadhana is so important. If we have good sadhana, that means we're Krishna conscious. And when we go out on book distribution, we're conscious that these are spirit souls, part of Krishna. I'm the servant of Krishna. So this all comes by sadhana. Yeah. And therefore we can with great confidence, go and approach people and give them Krishna. And what happens is, even in America, they have this saying that amongst salesmen, that it's not the product that you're selling. You're selling yourself. You're giving yourself. So if we're Krishna conscious, then people appreciate this person's so nice. I had this experience. I don't know if I mentioned that here, but at Woodford Festival recently, this person from New York, I think I mentioned it already. He said, "Yeah, I'm not interested in this book, but you're a nice person. I'll give you a donation and take the book." Yeah. So this happens. You know. Not, devotees shouldn't think this is me. No, it's Krishna. You know, we're being instruments. Krishna says, "Nimitta matra bhavisavya sachin." You just be an instrument in my hand. So if we have good sadhana, then we can be good instruments in the hands of Krishna. Yeah. We just want to be, an instrument in the hands of Krishna. Good servants. We just want to be good servants in doing this very valuable service. And sometimes it's not easy. Yeah. I mentioned earlier, I think, we get many no's, we get rejections, and the mind is sometimes giving us a hard time. But this difficulty is very good. It helps us to grow in our spiritual life. There's a verse in the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam which Prabhupada says in the Nectar Devotion is the verse that guides. It's the guide verse for all devotees of Krishna. Most important, very important verse. Tat tenu kampang susamiksamano bunjana evatma kritam vipakam hridvak parirvedham namaste jiveta yomukti pade sadoyabha. Prabhupada says this is the guide for all devotees of Krishna. And this is spoken by the Lord Brahma. He says to Krishna, always seeking your compassion and thus tolerating all difficulties as being due to his own past activities, and always serving you with his mind, body, and word, such a devotee is eligible to inherit the kingdom of God. So to undergo difficulties is very good. It's purifying. You know. And this is also, according to this verse, it's our way, it's our ticket back to the spiritual world. We inherit the kingdom of God by accepting difficulties for the pleasure of Krishna. Yeah. So this is the material world. We're all going to experience reversals, difficulties. But a devotee thinks, I deserved much worse, but Krishna's so kind, he's reduced what I actually deserved. And a devotee thinks, what is it that I've done that has displeased Krishna so that now I'm in this suffering condition? He doesn't blame Krishna. He thinks, what have I done? So this is humility. Yeah. And then, so that's the negative part of this verse. And the positive, please forgive me, Krishna, for whatever it is that I've done. Now please help me to serve you with my mind, body, and words in a way that is pleasing to you. And that's the positive portion of this verse. So devotees accept difficulties gladly. And therefore Queen Kunti, she prayed, Vipida santuta sasva tatra tatra jagat guru bhavato darshanam yatsat Apuna Bhavadarshana. She prayed for difficulty. Please, Krishna, give me difficulty. Because when difficulties come, then I take shelter of you. And by taking shelter of you, then I go back to you. I achieve you. So, when we go on book distribution, one thing we don't have to pray for is difficulty. Because it'll come. And it's welcome. And it's welcome. Because that gives opportunity to pray to Krishna. And book distribution is all about prayer. It's all about prayer. Just like now we're having this monthly Sankirtan festival here you have, right? So not everybody can go out every day. I don't know if anybody does. Is there any? No, okay. So there's specific days that you're going to go out. Hopefully all of you will do this monthly Sankirtan festival. It's very good. It's wonderful. So on that day, and not only that day, but even before, you should pray to the deities, please. Allow me to be an instrument in your hands. Help me to have compassion for the conditioned souls. Help me to understand that I'm a soul, that they're all souls. All these people that I'm going to approach, they're all spirit souls. So you come up with all these nice prayers, which is appropriate for the occasion of approaching the conditioned souls. Yeah. And ISV, they also have the weekend warriors. Yeah. So sometimes the devotees that are on the monthly Sankirtan festival, they get such a taste that they also do the weekend warrior. And there's some devotees that get such a taste that they start going out all day long, every day, and they give up their job and they just distribute books. And they're able to maintain by book distribution. It's a lot nicer than sitting in some office all day long, isn't it? So now we're going to do some brainstorming. Prabhupada said, tax your brain on how to distribute more books. Yeah. So now I've said something about book distribution. So, we have Vijaya Prabhu. He's like the incarnation of innovative book distribution. So let's see with us here if we could think of something he hasn't thought of yet. So you have something that he started here, monthly Sankirtan festival. That's going here. What about weekend warriors? Has anybody gotten so fired up that they also got into the weekend warrior? Well, that'd be nice. So, do you have smart boxes? Okay, so this is something. You have the monthly Sankirtan, put smart boxes. Yeah, you could. Well, basically, a smart box is something that you put. Mostly, they put them at Indian stores because they're pious and they know about the Vedas and they. So what it is, someone here, you have construction people here, but you could actually order them online. I think in America, maybe here too. But anyway, it's a box, and it has the books are there, and there's a price, and and the box has a place to put Lakshmi, and there's a lock on there, and once a week, somebody goes there, puts more books, takes out the Lakshmi. And at ISV, they have about 100. So there's devotees that regularly go to these smart boxes, and they put more books and they take Lakshmi out. So these smart boxes are very good book distributors. Yeah. They're very patient. Yeah. They're not pushy. They just silently wait there for people to come and take books from them and give them a donation. So it's a great way to distribute books. And you have many Indian stores here? Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem. Yeah. So that's one thing you can work on to increase book distribution. Now you have something here that was already there in ISV also. They have a dog that's a book distributor. You have Janardhan here. Yeah, so but that dog, he has a saddle. You know, like horses have saddles, you know. And on each side of the saddle there's books. So maybe you can get Janardhan to advance a bit more. He could have his own book bag, yeah. So maybe something we can do is everybody can get their own dog, you know. That probably won't work. But she does. She said about half of her books go out because of the dog. Interesting book distribution. Prabhupada would be very pleased to hear about that. We have dog book distributors. So we have the monthly Sankirtan festival. Devotees, I highly encourage you to also try the weekend warrior. And something else is door-to-door book distribution. In Prabhupada's, I think one place in Prabhupada's in purport, 90 times, I looked it up in the internet, in Prabhupada's books and lectures and letters, 90 times it's written door to door. And Prabhupada himself used to go door to door. I mentioned the story a couple of days ago. Prabhupada would go door to door, distributing BTGs. So door to door is something it's unlimited. I mean, what's the population here? About 4 million? There's a lot of people here, a lot of houses. Sometimes it's a little difficult to distribute books to the city. So this is something that's great. I've done a lot of door-to-door book distribution in America, here in Australia. It's fantastic. Yeah. It's a little slower. Sometimes people aren't home. But the advantages are that they're in their home. They feel very comfortable. Yeah. And you don't have to stop them. They're right there. They open the door, they're right there. And I've had many very nice experiences. Even there was one instance where I was distributing books door to door in Dallas, Texas. And we went to one house and there was some plaque or something, a chaplain of the Baptist church. You know, he was a chaplain. Baptist church. Baptists are like heavy Christians, you know. So I thought, anyway, let's give it a try. So I knocked on the door, and the man came to the door with his 2 little daughters. So I was showing the Bhagavad Gita, and the little girls they're like completely, they're just so attracted to the artwork. So one thing that's very nice to do when you're distributing Bhagavad Gita, and you approach a family, and there's kids there. You get the kids involved. So I opened the book up and I showed them the changing bodies. So I asked the little girl, so where are you in this lineup? If that was a girl, where would you be? So the girl said, oh, I would be there, I would be there. And I showed other pictures, you know, the 5 horses. Everybody loves this. People buy the book many times just for that picture. So much so that I distribute books at universities. And I went to one university. I go every year to the same universities. We go to about actually in Los Angeles, we have about 40 universities that we can go to. The nice thing about America is freedom of speech, freedom of religion. No problem. No one harasses us, no problem. And they even encourage us, yeah, sometimes. So one student came up to me, had gotten a book a year before, and he said, "You know that picture of the 5 horses and the census?" I said, "Yeah, yeah." You know, I cut that out and I pasted it on my wall next to my bed. So I wake up and I understand this is the situation. So Prabhupada put pictures in the books for a reason, to attract people. I find many places around the world devotees are distributing books, and sometimes the books they're called shrink wrapped, which means plastic around. They don't show the book. No, show the book. Open it up. Let them see. Let them see. Because we have such nice artwork, and especially when there's a message. When there's a message in the art, people really appreciate that. Yeah. And when we're preaching, we could also, when we're distributing books, we could come up with nice examples. I gave you the example of the bee a couple days ago. Be a bee, right? So I tell that to people, and they love it. Wow, that's a great example. And I tell them, this book, if you read this book, and you'll be a bee. You'll become a very. You're already a good person, but you can be better, right? So, and I give the example also of the bird cage. You know the story of the cage. The lady gets the cage, and she's got a bird. It's a very nice cage, beautiful cage, a very expensive cage. And the owner becomes enamored with the cage and forgets about the bird. They like that. So there's so many examples we can use from Prabhupada's books that people appreciate. So that's another thing. The more we read Prabhupada's books, the more we're able to find nice examples that we can tell people on book distribution that will inspire them to take books. Yeah. So, any ideas how we can distribute more books? Now I've been speaking enough. Yes?
Your teacher, the Hare Krishnas may have already thought of this, they may already do this. But I was reading that the big issue distributors now are given, they can take ECTPOS, because it's not.
Yeah, we do that. Yeah, all over the world. Yeah. 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 Yeah, we do that. Thank you. Anything else? Yes. Kayla Tirtha Prabhu, a veteran, book distribution.
Following in the footsteps. Similar to the smart boxes, what they're doing in New Zealand, I think in different countries also, is Hotel Gita.
Oh yes, yeah, they have that also. Hotel Gita, Vaiseshika Prabhu has people doing huge, thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of books they're distributing, the Hotel Gita. And it's amazing. I'll tell you an interesting story. You have hotels here, right?
Yeah.
Indian owned, they do everyone, all different kinds of motels and hotels? Or
Well, of course, mostly it's Indian. They have motel patels. Yeah, I think they own about half the hotels in America. Yeah. The patels. Yeah. So it's interesting. There was one. So you don't have Indian owners of motels here, huh?
no,
Huh?
very few.
Very few. So you can go to those. At least you can go to some. And I'll tell you an interesting story. There was one Mr. Patel that was a little reluctant to take Gitas and put them in his rooms because he just thought, this is America. It's a Christian country. But he told the devotee, all right, I'll take a few. And then about a week later, sometime later, one person who was renting the room there in the motel, he was checking out, and he told the person at the desk, you know, I came here to kill myself. But I saw that book on the counter. You had the Bhagavad Gita. I read that book. Most amazing book I ever read. I didn't commit suicide because of that book. Now I feel like I have something to live for. Yeah. Spiritual life. And when the owner of this motel heard that, he called the devotees, bring books. Bring books. And he had 5 other motels. Bring a lot of books. I have a lot of rooms. I want a Bhagavad Gita in each room. So, yeah, motel Gitas are great. Fantastic. I had an interesting experience in Los Angeles. There was one lady coming through the airport, and she had just come from I think she had just come from India. In India also they have the Motel Gita. And she wanted it. She was reading it, and she just didn't think it was right to take it. She didn't know that. I mean, actually, that's what they encourage. Yeah, take it. We'll just put another one in there. So then she met me the next day, and I was offering her the Bhagavad Gita, and she said, "This is just absolutely amazing. I wanted to keep that Bhagavad Gita, but I felt a little uneasy about taking it, and now here you are. I haven't even finished my trip yet, and you're offering the Bhagavad Gita to me." She was so happy. Yeah, so that's a good thing. Whatever motels, approach them, see if they'll allow Gitas in their motels here. Anything else? Yeah.
Just an extension of the smart box. A lot of people are waiting in, like they go to the medical centers, especially the naturopaths or the dentists or similar long-term medical centers where people spend a lot of time, not the GP ones. So there we can have kind of a smart box or keep books there, which can be, because people are sitting there, at least the waiting time is like 45 minutes. They have waiting time.
Yeah, that's another thing that's happening that began in Croatia. It's called the Shastra Dan. You have Shastra Dan here? So this is another thing, Shastra Dan. And this is where devotees give donations for book distribution, and you can put the books in you go and you ask them, I would just like to put this book here. Like coffee shops, people sit around, they read, and also in hospitals. We put a lot of books in hospitals. We just donate. And many of the people, they're on their way out. So it's read books on spirituality. You can't tell them they're religious books. You just tell them it's on yoga, meditation, things like that. And we're distributing a lot of books in hospitals. And people are getting to hear about Krishna before they're leaving their body. Very auspicious. So that's Shastra Dan, also very big in America. Yes?
That was connected with Hotel Gita in New Zealand, based on Shastra Dan. Getting so many donations, that's where they get their...
Yeah, they're very related, exactly.
There's a few limbs of Shastra Dan. Hospitals, coffee shops.
Beauty parlors, they're sitting there and, getting their hair done or something, getting their nails done, they could just read something. Yes?
And libraries, this is possible to...
Yes. How about libraries? You have the books in libraries here?
You are coordinating, distributing at the libraries, quite a few libraries.
I wanted to do that, but already Bhakta and Śrīmad Prabhu already started. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But I do in the hospitals, and but this is the books are paid Hindu Community Council by the government, so I distribute only the Hindu pages.
The government pays for books.
Well, they pay for the Hindu Community Council for chaplainship work. I'm a chaplain in the hospital, and sometimes it happens I give books even to, in case I find someone interested, I give books to others. Like for example, I was going on site work and I wanted to leave for one lady, the mother of who was there, and the man said, "Oh, is this Hindu Gita?" And I said, "Yes and no." I said, "Look, this is like a medicine. Medicine is not one for white race, one for black race, one. This is the knowledge which applies to everyone." And I asked him, and he looked interested, and I asked him, "Do you want to get one?" And he said yes, and I just gave him. And once I was going to the hospital and was reading Matchless Gifts, and I was thinking, we can distribute only Bhagavad Gitas because this is under the Hindu Council, and this is all Hindus, they have all kinds of books, and we're not allowed to give any book except Bhagavad Gita because Bhagavad Gita is accepted by all. And I was reading these Matchless Gifts, and I was thinking, I wish someone can give me donations so I can distribute these small books. And I went in the hospital, and I went into one room where I was looking for one boy, Indian boy, and in that room there were two of his friends, and they were saying they were actually from Kurukshetra, the boys, and they were and I started talking to them, and I said, "Oh, we were just talking about Krishna, and you appeared on the door." And I gave one boy Bhagavad Gita, and we talked a lot about Krishna, and I was just going out, and he said, "Just wait a minute," and you just say, "Look, I'll give you this $5 for donation so you can give books to other people." And the other one as well, he gave me $5, and I was just thinking, I wish I can somehow get donations so I can give these small books. So then I gave, and Krishna really straight away fulfilled my desire.
Thank you. You know, there's people on the internet that probably wanted to hear. Is there another microphone or no? That's the advantage of being at the temple, right? So that's another thing. You have the libraries? Okay, libraries. That's, you know, actually that's how I joined. I got a book in a library. In America they had a, Prabhupada was so happy about this. I'll tell you an interesting pastime with Prabhupada. Prabhupada asked Sri Dayananda Maharaj, this is back in 1971 or something maybe? Maybe later, he was already a sannyasi, 73, something like this. He asked Sri Dayananda Maharaj, "Are the books in the libraries?" And Sri Dayananda Maharaj said, "Well, Prabhupada, I don't think they're going to read, you know." I said, "Are the books in the libraries?" "Oh, yes, Prabhupada, we're going to work on it right now. We're going to get on it right now, Prabhupada." So he started the library party with him, Satsvarup Maharaj, and there was a number of devotees who were traveling all over the country distributing books in the libraries, in the university libraries, public libraries, everywhere. So the libraries are big. This is something that you can, I'm sure there's a lot of libraries in Melbourne, yeah. So that's another thing. Get the books in the libraries. So that can also be like a Shastra Dan thing, unless the temple can afford that. Put whole sets. You know, it's impressive, a whole set of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam in the libraries. Yeah. Anything else? Yeah.
We have tried this year. We did pretty well with the events, different events happening around, holy.
Concert events?
No, that's what we're asking, because any concerts we haven't tried, other events, mainly tried all the Indian festivals, Diwali, so many Diwalis happen, all different kinds of festivals, mainly Indian community organizing. So those events we did quite well, and a lot of books went. So extending that, we have never done music festivals or stuff like that. So if you can share anything in those lines.
Yeah, concerts are fantastic during the summertime in America. That's mainly what the devotees do. They're just like all over, driving all over the country, going to concerts, and they're huge. I had my biggest days ever at concerts, just youth, that are interested in yoga and meditation. It's very good. Do you get many concerts here?
Yeah, there are.
Now at these concerts, you're also doing catering?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so that might be a little difficult because generally they don't allow us to walk around. So if you're already doing something that's, that you've arranged with the organizers, and then they see us come in, we're doing something that's not so, that they don't appreciate. Just like we had devotees that didn't get permission, that were going around collecting at the Woodford Festival. And they complained to Ajita Prabhu, and he had to tell them, you can't do this. So, if you're already doing catering, then it'd be, because generally they don't like people to walk around selling books. But if you're not, if there's some concerts where you're not doing catering, then but all of them, you do catering at all of them? Yeah, so the ones that you're not doing, then go for it, because it's fantastic. Concerts are fantastic for book distribution.
Is it table books? Because some other festivals they do allow book tables.
No, because at a concert, you're just going to walk around, You have a book bag, and you're just walking around, just around the concert, distributing books. And you have to be careful. Yes.
Aged care is a big business in Australia. Like there are a lot of aged care houses.
Did you put concerts? Okay. What?
Aged care. There are a lot of aged care houses here. A lot of aged
Old age care homes. Okay.
It's kind of a mix of, you can do someone visiting a Shastradam or a smart box at the aged care, because there are like 5-star aged cares as well, where people are like spending millions there. So we can have a mix of a smart box or someone doing Shastradam, we can put books there.
Yeah. You could check it out, see if they allow it, maybe. Kaila Tirtha Prabhu. Prisons. Yeah, we have that also in America. We have it's a prison ministry.
We have some going to prison,
But to have books also, I don't know. Some places allow. Like we send a lot of books to prisons, but the prisoners, they write us, and they ask, "Can you send us some books?" So that's something you can, maybe they have libraries, right, in the prisons. So that's something else. Prisons, yeah. How many prisons do they have around Melbourne? Haven't a clue. We never looked into that one. But there's one thing about prisons. Sometimes you're distributing books, and quite often they say, "I don't have any time." Well, they have time, and they become devotees. Sometimes I'm very thankful that the devotees put Bhagavad Gita in the public library there in Key West, Florida, because that's why I'm here. Oh, I don't know. I don't know that I appreciate that. Child care centers. I don't know. I don't think so. So it's a little too philosophical for the kids anyway. Another thing is set distribution. You have a community, you have Indian communities here, right? And ISV, they distribute a lot of sets. Even Krishnadas here they have children going, 10-year-old kids, 12-year-old kids, they're selling sets. They go to the Indian communities and they're buying sets, so that's another thing. And not only Indians, but I know this dear Lalita, up in Sydney. He used to sell sets to Australians. And now it's just in America. Now he's in Los Angeles. And he's selling sets to the Americans. He was just distributing books there at one of the book distribution spots, and he approached one young man. He's a student at USC, and he liked what dear Lalita Prabhu was saying, and he said, we have a center, we have a temple. You can come and visit. Best time is on Sunday. He came on Sunday. And then he said, we have a 3-month program. You could come and just check it out for 3 months. He said, all right. And he bought a set. He bought a Śrīmad Bhāgavatam set, gave a nice donation. So not only to Indians, we could sell them to Westerners, set book distribution. Yeah. Where there's a will, there's a way. If we have that desire, we can do it. Anything else from the ladies? Any ideas? Yes. Airplane book distribution. That's pretty bold. Oh, you mean put them in the... no, I don't think they're going to go for that. Nice thought, though. It'd be nice if they can, everybody can go into the plane. There's a little, beyond birth and death right there on the slide. Upanishad, you have different, you have a few books, you have a couple books in there. That'd be cool. But I think that would only be possible if the airline was owned by a devotee. We don't have any devotees that own airlines yet, unfortunately. But that would be pretty cool. And you have books at the restaurant. What would be nice if you have a nice display. Do you have that? A nice display of, okay, and people take books? Okay, restaurant's good. Somebody else has something? Yes?
I was just thinking if it can be successful for audiobooks, like audiobooks.
Audiobooks.
I know that
Yeah.
my friend, for example, listens because he works a long time with some machines, and he's listening all day long to some spiritual books and spiritual. So I think to have like those who are traveling on trucks a long way, or in aged care where they can't read or something, they can listen if they want, or in hospitals if someone
Yeah.
wants to listen.
We have some books on audio now. I think on Amazon, we have audio books. Right? I think they're working on doing the whole Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. But now we have Bhagavad Gita. Definitely have Bhagavad Gita. But yeah, it'd be nice if we can get the whole Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. But yeah, we have that.
So it's good to distribute so they can reach
Yeah.
people in this way.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes.
It's already happening that book tables at other Hindu temples.
Book tables at other Hindu temples. Do you have that already? Okay, so we have that already. Good, yeah, that's very good. Okay, anything else?
Do you have tables in malls like Westfield, shopping centres?
No, that shopping centers would be very difficult. It would costly. Yeah.
Depending on what sort of country you're in.
Yeah.
Is there a way that charge so much that you're quite limited?
What do you do? You set up a table,
Yeah.
and there's somebody there. Oh.
It's like other organisations that they're in the middle of the aisles.
Uh-huh.
And they're doing different things like paintball, or so many other things that they're selling.
How much does it cost to set up a table in the mall?
Well, actually, it's free in some malls.
Really?
But like I said, you're restricted.
Wow. Well, hey, you should look into that.
It is very expensive.
You've looked into it?
It's like thousands of dollars to get a small spot.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, this is Australia. It's a little. New Zealand's a little easier going. Yeah.
No, and I think it's possible,
A few days in a year. Well, hey, that's something. That's pretty good. Yeah.
So yeah, but they have more strict standards in terms of the display. So we cannot just have a table and a book table, just the way we want. So we have to comply to the standards. How they have the whole, different kind of banner and the whole thing need to be set up.
Did you hear what they wanted? Have you heard?
I got a rough idea.
What did they want?
They want a banner, tablecloth, everything with a specific format in a specific way, specific size. So it looks very professional according to their standards.
Professional.
Yeah, very professional. So
And the books, we could put the books on the table and...
yeah, books on the table and then different kind of banners and everything, different size, dimensions they mentioned.
That'd be nice, still, you can just do that, and then you have that, every year you have that there, for 3 days or so in the mall, and it'd be nice, Be great. Yeah. Maybe look into that more. I'd love to do that, just 3 days in a mall, it'd be great.
Once one devotee who was working in Melbourne, he asked his superiors if he can put a book table during Christmas time. So they allowed him, and we went with the book table, and we had prashadam as well. We had muffins.
Where?
In that bank.
At the bank?
In the bank.
Wow.
In the big building, actually, that was the main building with many stories. And we distributed actually a lot, so whoever works in some corporation, they may ask.
What is it? Net?
National Australia Navy.
So we should look into that.
Corporations.
You can do it on Christmas time?
That was Christmas time, and a lot of books they went.
And someone approached them, or how did that happen?
The devotee who was working there, Jad Bharat, he worked in NEB. He asked the superiors if we can put the table and sell the books. We had a lot of cookbooks and we had prashadam, muffins, which can stay for a longer time. So they allowed him, and a lot of people bought, and there was no problem with that.
Wow. How many days did they allow
I
it?
think it was 1 day.
Oh, just 1 day.
But
Well, that's something.
spread in any corporation, and this was a multi-story building where there were a lot. So we can ask
Other places as well.
other places,
Yeah.
especially where devotees work in banks or corporations or.
Yes.
Along with that, there are all the office buildings, because there are many offices in one building.
Mhm.
You just need to speak to the management there, because there are other people who do tables, they sell their stuff, like coffee tables and stuff. That could be one thing that's,
Businesses, business buildings,
office buildings.
office buildings. Yeah.
Just adding to that, because I was distributing books in different places. I remember, especially I was in Tasmania, so near all the not shopping mall, just the normal supermarkets, like Coles, Safeway. Everywhere there used to be, during Christmas time, there used to be a table and a charity organization collecting money. They are registering for something or collecting in many of the.
In Christmas, mainly of the aged care and hospitals, they ask for charity because if it's a kids center, they ask for the gifts for the Christmas gifts for the special kids like who are like cancer or some kind of chronic diseases. So a lot of organizations, they go in each every large businesses and do everyday superhero kind of, or they put it in their office reception or the office pantry center where a lot of people come, put some muffins, and then people can donate and take the muffin and do a donation.
Actually, the one I saw in front of Coles, it was pretty much they were catching people just like we do. The table right to the courts, from the car park, when they walk to the courts, right they had a table, two girls there just trying to get people, register for something or they're just approaching people, and I felt like, okay, we should be there. It was really exactly what we do. It's a very good spot. Everyone has to just go through that path.
And what were they doing?
They were registering for, I can't remember exactly, one of the charities.
Uh-huh. Huh. So maybe coals.
This happens at Richmond Falls.
Yeah.
Normally, like 5 of the 7 days there is someone there. Some kind of registration.
During Christmas period?
No.
All the throughout the year. This is, it's not really mall, but normal, supermarket.
So Coles allows that.
Yeah, course allowed, yeah.
So Coles.
Yeah, it's not only supermarkets, but also like warehouses, like warehouse shopping, like the Kmart's and the Targets.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Outside of these parking lots and
Yeah.
the industrial sites. Yeah.
What about store to store, shop to shop? You do that here?
We do that if we go to a country town or anywhere, we go to a suburb, we go to shop to shop.
Oh yeah.
Doing the people list, we go to all the shops.
Oh yeah. Okay. So that's already happening. Yeah, that's good. In Melbourne also, or only when you travel?
Yeah, Melbourne I haven't done much, but generally when we travel.
Uh-huh.
Melbourne I haven't actually done shop to shop. Rarely here, there, if you go to suburbs, in the suburbs I have done.
Oh yeah. Okay. But not in the city. Yeah.
Not in the city, yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. City's wild for that.
Railway station, OGC was very successful at Southern Cross railway station, where the long distance trains are.
Yeah, that we have done.
Uh-huh.
But still that is city, And security kick you out, Occasionally got kicked out, 2-3 times. So it's not always possible.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. Now we just have to do all this. That's the challenge, right? So this gives some idea of how we can increase. It's a nice thing about ISP. They would come up with these ideas, and he would say, "All right, you're going to work on that one, right? And you're going to work on that one. You're going to work on that."
What we will do is we will have another meeting where we can get those who want to contribute.
Actually,
prioritize them, which can
right.
be the most successful.
Right.
And then we can
Yeah. Keep this list.
Yes, right, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and then see which ones are most practical to implement, and get someone that actually does it. To do it now. We've come up with some pretty good ideas here.
We can have 2-member team as we did for this marathon. 2 members can speak to the hospitals, 2 members can speak to the libraries, or whoever is concerned for each of the.
Yeah.
They can approach. The success for this year's marathon will be that we were accomplished to set the target, and we had the teams, and we had it was a small one, but that led to a good outcome.
Yeah, so this is good. So many people are looking for Krishna. So we have to, as we heard, we have to make the books available. We have to make the books available to the people. Yeah. And it'll change people's hearts. So hopefully, now that was, what you did last year was really good. 65% increase. That's like, wow, cool. Very nice. Now this year you got to increase further. Every year. Okay, anything else? Yeah, it's good? Okay, thank you very much. Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai. Transcendental Book Distribution ki jai.